All right, let's see. Is this posting to Facebook? I don't think it is. Oh yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. Can everybody hear me okay? Just double checking on the audio and everything. All right, that sounds all right. Perfect. Okay, just last few things got to sort out here. Okay, cool. Right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Blues Focus live watch along. We haven't done one of these in a while. I kind of thought at the last minute might be white. Might as well just do one. Darren Lawrence, hope you had a good family. You and your family had a good Easter. Yeah, it was very nice, enjoyable. Nice to have a bit of time at home and everything. It was good, very good. What is this person? Yeah, there we go. That's right. Cool. So yeah, Blues Bursting today. I thought I might as well just come on and do a live reaction to it all because couldn't get tickets. Unfortunately, had a bit of a fucking mare with the ticket office. We literally had it in our basket and was like buying it and everything, waiting for the confirmation, and then it said you'd been timed out, and then go back in to go and buy it again, and the tickets have been sold out. So fucking annoying to say the least. We should be there today, but not much you can do about it. Yeah, it just takes the piss sometimes, really. But yeah, just gonna do one of these reactions. I gotta be honest, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely confident for today. We don't play particularly confident against Burton in recent history with playing them in the championship before. We seem to struggle with them, but hopefully today can be one where we can just sort of round that off. I know we beat them earlier in the season, but Burton are in desperate need of points. We're already up as champions. They've got everything to play for, and they're in pretty decent form as well. So today might be a pretty decent, pretty tricky game. So yeah, and they've also got a bit of history with us and being a bit of a bogey team for us, which I know is kind of triggers brewing, but it's still for some reason it always happens with Blues. Oh. Cheers, Desmond, mate. Thank you for the comment there, mate. Get everyone want to get their score predictions in the chat. I'll read some of them out. Like I said, I'm not entirely optimistic for today because with the history of playing Burton and everything, I'm not entirely confident and all. But even still, I'll probably go. If we are going to win today, I think we'll go for let's say a 2-1 Blues. I'll go for that because Burton's form, I'm pretty sure, for a team that's in the relegation battles, is pretty decent. Yeah, teams are walking out now as we're Yeah, so they drew with Exeter. They beat Huddersfield 3-0. They lost to Wrexham, but they won against Leyton Orient. They beat Shrewsbury. And they were a bit unlucky as well in certain games as well, like Stockport and Bolton. So for a team that's in the relegation battles, they're doing all right, to be fair to them. And a win today would really be massive for them. It would be take them 3 points away from Bristol Rovers. We'll try and keep a bit of a grasp on for some of the other games that are going on today as well, because we're all playing today as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Wrexham beat Blackpool and how Wickham get along against Charlton. Yeah, I agree, Darren. Yeah, man. I think it's the only thing that the club really need to get sort of nailed on for next season. Like all the stuff they've done, it's just the ticket office needs to be a bit easier. Because I understand like it's a fucking monster. It's a monster operation every week to try and get people tickets and everything. But yeah, it can't be easy. But still, it needs properly doing. Hopeful for a 2-1. Just need to hit the back of the net. Exactly, yeah. I'm hopeful for a few players to play well today as well. Williamson's still in the team and everything. So I'm hopeful for a good performance from him today because I like the guy, but he's not been playing great lately. So I'm hopeful that he'll come in and play well. Lineup, actually, is probably a good thing to look at, actually. Yeah, I'll read out the team lineup now, actually. So we have got Allsop in goal, back four of Samstead, Clara, Hanley, and Cochrane. I did expect young Jay Lee to play instead, but he might come off the bench maybe towards the end of the game. Played well, pretty decent from what I saw. Not much, but seemed all right at the weekend. Midfield five of Leonard and Iwata sitting, Dowell and Williamson and Gardner Hickman. I don't know who's playing out wide in that. I imagine that maybe Williamson on the right and Gardner Hickman on the left with Dowell through the middle, and then Stansfield up top. Substitutes are Peacock Farrell, Laird, Davis, Pake, Anderson, May, and Harris. So yeah, I think that's pretty decent for a lineup. I just think that we don't really need to kill ourselves, but also at the same time we do need to keep on playing well because it just keeps the good feeling going, and we want to finish on as many points as possible. Teams are switching ends as well. Not like that makes any difference, but it's just I thought I'd mention it. But yeah, massive game for Burton Albion today, really big for their season. I'm going to try and keep like a little bit of sound in my earphones just because I'm not very good at talking at the best of times. So when I've got like a second voice in my head, I can't even like function a normal sentence. Yeah, and we're in the green kit as well today. I'm not a massive fan of the green kit. Well, the white and green kit, which I know might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I genuinely I don't. I prefer the other ones really in previous seasons. But yeah, teams are about to get ready. But yeah, packed stadium today. Burton really in need of a win. Win would take them pretty much 3 points ahead. Well, depending on how Bristol Rovers get on today against who they playing, Stevenage. If they lose and Burton win against us here today, then they can go 3 points clear off the drop. So it's a massive day for them. We haven't got much to play for, but I suppose it's good to keep the winning going. We haven't won in a while now, and also try and get the points up and everything. Finish the season on as big a high as possible. But yeah, Blues to kick off. Jake Stansfield to kick us off here. Blues kicking from left to right in the white and green kit. Burton Albion kicking from right to left in their home strip of yellow shirts, black shorts, yellow socks. Yeah, let's just see how it goes from here on out. Graham says 3-0 Blues. Well, 3-0. I don't know whether that's 3-0 Blues or anything. It might be 3-0 Burton. Don't fancy us today, says John Burden. Anderson and Laird not starting equals no creativity. Yeah, I think we've had a proper lack of creativity in the team lately, and with Williamson not hitting his heights lately, I think I think that we sort of lack that a little bit. But yeah, the thing is like earlier on in the season, we didn't create enough chances, and then we started creating chances, and then just couldn't put them away. And we've sort of had that for the majority of the season. Really, we've had like the odds game here and there, like we've beat Shrewsbury 4-1, we beat Cambridge 4-0, we beat Barnsley 6-2. But apart from that, it's been 1-0s and 2-0s really. Yeah, it's just that sort of creativity in and around the goal. We just need that. Because apart from that, we're like solid, really. Defense is absolutely perfect. Christoph Clara is my new player of the season. It was originally Alex Cochrane, but I think over the last couple of weeks, it's just been confirmed that Christoph Clara is definitely my most favourite player of the season. This little life says hi from Massachusetts. Massachusetts, sorry. Come on, you blue boys. Nice one, mate. Keep right on. Got a Burton fan in here as well. Common Burton. No, I'm joking. It means come on, Burton. Darren says it's the big area next to some pace. Yeah, definitely. Pace, that's for sure. Actually, I've just remembered that. Yeah, because I think Jay and Alfie May are quick, and they're quite good on but like they're not like raw pace. Do you know what I mean? Like with like players like Adams, like Che Adams, we've had before, you can just like burn players away. Greetings from Thailand. Very good. Blues really are going global nowadays, aren't we? It's hard to try and get people from Sutton Coldfield just to watch us back in the day. Yeah, Blues just knocking it around pretty nicely. 2 minutes gone. Just sort of just keeping Burton at a distance at the moment. We'll try and keep an eye on some of the other scores today, because I imagine if there's a couple of Burton fans in the chat, then I'll try and keep you updated on some of the results that matter around you guys, like Bristol Rovers and everything. Good play along the left-hand side here. It's cut out nicely there, though, by Clara. Stands for pressing a little bit. So the Burton fans in the chat, do you guys fancy yourselves today? Do you feel like you can get a win? It's massive if you can, because honestly, that relegation battle around you guys is fucking mental, honestly. Tony in the chat, come on, Blues, let's get this points record. 100%, mate. Thank you as usual for supporting the channel and everything. It's wonderful to have you on, man. Too many supporters going on about winning points record. Play our game only. Yeah, I agree. I do agree, Wayne. Just so the thing is though, like that comes in hand, doesn't it? Like we'll play our game and we'll win. You know what I mean? So like you sort of just it goes hand in hand. So if we play well, we should win, and then we'll get the points record because of it as well. Blues corner flicked in towards the near post, comes down to the hand here. Leonard swung back in by Dal. Clara's up there. Stanfield's in there. He's a pull. Blues fans claiming for a penalty. Keeper keeps it in play. Nothing. Referee's not budging. Didn't look like much contact, to be honest. Ball forward. Alex Cochrane just to come and clear up. We watch it go into Allsop's hands. Pretty simple stuff. Have a look back on this. I tell you what, there is a pull of the shirt, to be fair, but I think Jay's got a bit of his as well, so the referee's never going to give it. Referees don't give anything anyway. OJJ says, hoping Burton can win. That's a foul, ref. Come on. There we go. Gardner Hickman there, got to take out. I'm pretty sure, I might see this in a quick second, but I'm pretty sure the midfield three in behind Jay is Williamson right, Dow through the middle, and Gardner Hickman on the left. I'm not entirely sure. Pretty sure it is, though. Obviously, I can't tell at the moment just because everybody's in the box. Blue Shadow, hello, how are we doing? It's lovely to have you in the stream. I'll be back on Jay's stream very soon, actually. I imagine if he's doing once a night, which I'm not entirely sure, I'll be on that. But yeah, lovely to have you in the chat. Hope all is well. Blues free kick here. Kieran Down to swing this one in. Left footer, just on the left of the pitch. We've got a lot of tall players nowadays, which really it's a little bit disappointing to consider we haven't scored many from free kicks. And that's probably why. Kieran Dow. Fucking hell, honestly. What is that? That's not a cross. You're aiming for somebody in the stands there, Kieran. Fucking hell, man, honestly. Go on, you blue boys. Migraine. Oh, bloody hell, honestly. I absolutely despise migraines, Blue Shadow. I tell you honestly, I had one the other day. I was just paralyzed throughout the whole day. I couldn't see as well because it goes across the top of your eyes and everything. Just I was out, honestly. I'm half blind anyway, so I can't fucking operate halfway. But yeah, 6 minutes gone. Oh, chance here. Ah, it's offside. Flag went up straight away. Yeah, Grant Hanley starting as well. Is that his first start for us this season? Can't remember now. Ah, yes, it is. Nice one, Darren. Hanley looking for Samstead there, a bit too overhit, that is. I should be in that stand, honestly. I had the tickets in the basket and it told me that I couldn't buy them because the fucking confirmation didn't go through properly. Really annoying. I should be in that stand. John Hansen says 15 points to play for, 111 points. Come on, you blue boys. Keep riding and fuck them all, 100%. Yeah, I want this points record, by the way, because like we've already stormed the league as it is. We've had a couple of iffy games these past couple of weeks. We finish off strong, just back into the championship. Maximum points that we can get. I'm wanting that now. Blue Shadow, I haven't seen the lineup, but is that new player that came on Saturday playing, or hasn't he made the team? No, Myung Jae Lee. I don't even think he's on the bench actually, is he? Let me just double check. No, he's not. He's not even in the team today. Not entirely sure why that is. It's a bit of a Pep Clotter and Karen Marapsi moment, that is. I make myself laugh sometimes, honestly. It's such a niche reference. Clara background knocking it in. I tell you what, actually, what really frustrates me with doing these streams sometimes is that it's just me at the moment, so you can't hear like the commentary or anything. I would play it and everything, but like it's just for copyright reasons. But I don't know, maybe like I might be able to work out how to like pump in some like crowd effects in the background or something like that. But it feels like it feels like a bit quiet sometimes because like at the moment I've got the commentary in my ears, but I forget that you guys are watching this. I mean, you're probably watching the game at the same time, but like just having like this in the background is like having some commentary or something or some crowd noises in the background. It's just all copyright, man. Honestly, I got a copyright strike on my vlog the other day. I was not happy, man. It was all for the Queen "We Are Champions" song as well. It was ridiculous. Juicer, nice to have you in, mate. Williamson's battling away on the ball here. Left-footed pass into Dow, sort of springs into him. Dow holds it up. He plays it into Leonard. He's got Samstead running in towards the back post, and he's trying to find him. Not a bad ball, to be fair. Just runs straight into the keeper's hands. I think Samstead, if he made that run a tad bit earlier, he might have got that. Well read by Clara again, and he's going to win that as well. Brilliant. That's absolutely solid from Christoph Clara. Like I was saying earlier, he's my new player of the season. It was Alex Cochrane. I'm sorry, Alex, man. It's Christoph. I just have to go for him now. He's just been absolutely immense this season. As the good friend Jamie Lawler would say, the Austrian Terminator. Or handsome Squidward, as he called him the other day. Good whipping towards the box, and Stansfield with a flick on, out for a goal kick. Did get me for a second there. I thought it might be dropping in towards the back post. Blue Shadow going for a rolling the smoke and going 3-0. Perfect. That's what we like to hear, that is. Noel BCFC TV. I'm pretty sure, is that the I'm going to Make myself look a dick here. Is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. Good afternoon, mate. How are we doing? Hope you're good and everything. I've been watching a couple of your videos and your vlogs and everything lately as well, man. It's good stuff. Clara says, I'll be back. I got Noah. Is that Noah as well? Bloody hell, they're all coming in now. Yeah. I am subscribed to all these people, by the way. I forget their names because you have to make them different for YouTube sometimes. Yes, that's Noah as well. Come on, Noah. I've got everybody in the chat now. I've got all the young vloggers. Oh, that's a good pass that is there, though. Running in down that right-hand side, right and behind. Oh, it's come off Hanley as well, and Allsop with the save. He had to make that there. Tricky that was, I tell you. Yeah, we got Noel and Noah, the two young vloggers, two young blues vloggers in the chat. If you guys haven't subscribed to them, by the way, you gotta go subscribe to them. You gotta go and give them the support, the love, and everything that you guys come and give me with everything. No crowd noises are recorded during the COVID era. Sky crowd, yeah, I probably agree with you on that one. Then no, yeah, we'll forget the crowd noises. I wasn't gonna. I think like if I was gonna do crowd noises, I would try and get like a camera, like a microphone set up in the stadium, and then have it as like actual proper crowd noise, not like that fake crowd noise. But even still, probably sound a bit crap. Cool, and taken shortly, and then Clara again. Like, do I need to say anything else? Honestly, that man, handsome Squidward, is just the boss. Honestly. Ball over towards the top again. They're going to try and keep this in play, and they have. Samstead should come across and get it. He doesn't. Ball in behind. Clara trying to stand him up as well as he can. He does. Ball played out towards the left-hand side again. They've got an opportunity to cross in towards the back post. There's a chance for a header, and it's cleared by Cochrane. Brilliant clearance header. Got a bit of a whack to the back of the head there. David Nash, starting lineup. Yes, indeed, mate. Allsop in goal. Back four of Samstead, Clara, Hanley, and Cochrane. Midfield five. The two sitting midfielders, Leonard and Iwata. And then Dow, Williamson, and Gardner Hickman. They're mostly interchanging, really, across that midfield three. And then Stansfield up top. Peacock, Farrell, Laird, Davis, Paik, Anderson, Harris, and May on the bench. No Myung Jae Lee. I'll pronounce his name properly sometime. I got Myung. I'll get it right sometime. But yeah, he's not in the team today, which is a bit of a disappointment. I was kind of expecting him to start, and he's not even in the team, so not entirely sure why that is. Wayne Holder, is it me or Clara? Or reminds me of Tony Adams, ex-Arsenal. Tony Adams a little bit before my time, but I would imagine so. He's that type of good old-fashioned defender, I imagine. But he can play as well, Clara as well. He can really get forward. He can drive past players. He's good with the ball and everything. I mean, he's just an absolute beast. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself and everything, but just like he gives me sort of Van Dijk vibes. All right, he's tall, he's big, he's athletic, he's good on the ball and everything. Definitely has that sort of aura about him. Whether he will be, we'll find out in the future. Of course, I said that about Austin Trusty, and well, he's not Van Dijk, but he's still doing pretty well. To be fair to him, I would love him back, but there again, I suppose it's best to go forward. I think someone was saying that earlier, actually. Terrible cross. Who was that? Was that Gardner Hickman? Yeah, it was. Fucking hell, honestly. That's not a cross. Why couldn't... Honestly, that's the one thing that I'm still really annoyed about, just in general. Like, why can nobody cross nowadays? We've gone from having, like, Seb Larson to back in 2010, those sort of eras, who could just put a cross in like it was nobody's business, to literally nobody can make a 3-yard cross into the box. It's like, honestly. Who is the Burton manager, actually? I don't know. Good news for Burton Albion fans. Bristol Rovers are a goal down. So that's very good, actually. Who is the manager for them? Blues got the ball here, though. Oh, crashing challenge that is. Fucking hell. Ball in behind? Nah, it's going to be a foul, isn't it? Gary Bowyer's the Burton Albion manager. Can't really say that I know the guy, to be honest. Yeah, Bristol Rovers are a goal down to Stevenage. That puts them a point behind as things stand in the bottom four. Crawley Town are winning, though. That's a very good win for them, that is. 2-0 up. Fucking hell, that's mental, that is. Yeah, so still 0-0 between Shrewsbury. They're already down. Cambridge is 0-0. Crawley are 2-0 up inside pretty much 12 minutes. Bristol Rovers are a goal down, and obviously Burton are drawing here. In terms of other results, Wickham are a goal down to Charlton. That's not good for them. It's massive for Charlton, that is, though, because that puts them only 2 points behind Wrexham. That does. Can you imagine if they made the automatics? That's mental, that is. Chris Davis is apparently still in the stands as well. I did not know that. I thought it was only one game. So I imagine if it's 2, it must be 3 then, because, yeah. Oh, tell me about that, Wayne. Honestly, like Walsall. By the way, my old head teacher is a Walsall fan. Really nice guy. He's been fighting with cancer and everything, and I can't remember where they were when I was in high school, but I'm pretty sure they were like League One, and they made like a horrendous fall, all whilst he had cancer and everything. I felt really sorry for the guy. And then this season, when they were like up towards the top of the table and they're doing really well, I was like, "Oh, they're going to do it this season. It could be great." Honestly, I fucking cannot believe how bad they've been lately. Like they drew. Did they draw today, or did they end up losing? I can't remember. I was busy setting up the stream. No, it was 0-0 in the end. They had a man. They drew with Newport County. They had a man sent off, and they still couldn't win. Honestly, they're fourth now. That's absolutely tragic. That is. They're fourth, and 3 points behind as things stand. Port Vale are drawing. Doncaster are a goal up, and so are Bradford. So that puts Port Vale into third. That does that. That's just insane. Honestly, I feel so bad for Walsall. Honestly, man. They were cruising. They were absolutely cruising. They're on like level to like finish on the same amount of points as we were. Like they were just like so far ahead of everything. 14 points clear and now fighting for automatic promotion. Honestly, it's absolutely tragic. That is. Apparently, West Brom are losing as well, so that's good. Bradford are 2-0 up now. What's going on, honestly? Yes. Go on. West Brom have been terrible lately as well. That I feel for Tony Mowbray and everything, but God, they've fallen off as well. Does that kind of hang on a minute, 2 games left, 6 points? Yeah, that means they can't. As things stand, West Brom can't make the playoffs. That's a massive win for Derby as well. It puts them 2 points clear of Luton. As things stand, obviously, because everyone's playing today, so puts it all into perspective. Leeds are winning, so they're going to get promoted as well. I'm kind of happy about that. I can't be asked to play Leeds next season. So yeah, they've only got 2 games left after this, so that's pretty much them all done. Yeah, Charlton beating Wickham as well, Wayne, yeah. 20 minutes gone. Very little to speak of, really. Stanfield playing into Dal back into Iwata. Iwata to switch it a little bit out towards Cochrane. He's got 2 players with him on that left-hand side. He's picked out Leonard with a little dribble. Finds Gardner Hitman on this left-hand side. Gives it back to Iwata on the edge of the box. playing it around nicely. Just got to create a chance here. Iwata's lost out there, and the referee's not bought it as well. Now they're going to break here. Hanley's got to stand him up. Little 1-2. It's going to fall around the box, and then Blues managed to get it a little bit clear. I don't know what Iwata's doing there. He's just got to play the ball. Yeah, it's stuff like that. We just overcomplicate where we just have the ball and we're thinking where we need to go next, but just need to go more direct. We need to get the ball out wide, either get the ball straight into the box or work it back into the middle of the pitch and then work it in through there. But like with our backs to play and all, it's just like taking too long to work things out. It's giving us too much thinking time. Leeds are 3-0 up now. Fucking hell. They're absolutely cruising against Stoke. It's a bad defeat for them as well in terms of goal difference. I don't definitely never expecting to win or anything, but ball in behind again. Hanley clearing up again. Not quite though. Oh, that's not worked out well at all. Jesus. Very lucky there, Blues, to get away with that one. So 44, 2 games left at 6. They'll take them up to, yeah. I mean, Stoke are pretty much safe as things stand, unless Luton can get a win. But then again, that would put Hull more into trouble. So yeah, I think we're Stoke are safe as things stand, really. I'm quite happy with that championship relegation zone, you know what I mean? Like Plymouth, Cardiff, and Luton. Those are teams I just don't want to play next season. So I'm happy about that. I'm happy to play Hull and Derby and Oxford. Portsmouth, never been to Fratton Park, so I'll definitely be up for that. And Stoke as well, you know, it's always a great away day. Provided that we don't play them on Boxing Day again. That was absolutely appalling, that was. Yeah, then the promotion race as well. I've got a sneaking suspicion that Bristol City are going to win the playoffs. I don't know why, but I just feel like out of all the teams that are in the best form, which always relies on that, pretty much when you go into that sort of competition at the end of the season, Bristol City look in the best form. So I expect them to do it. I don't think Sheffield United have ever won at Wembley as well. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Obviously, they don't go very often, but still. Yeah, I don't know. We haven't seen much of Hanley, I suppose, Georgie, mate. But there again, in the performances that I have seen him, he has given away a goal and everything. That was in the Shrewsbury game, wasn't it? That one where the ball comes over the top of his head, he just stands there and the player heads it in, doesn't he? And that back pass weren't great, but still, we haven't seen much of him. And I don't know, he's a decent defender from his career and everything, so I'm quite happy to have him as backup. And he hasn't done too badly to start off today, so give and take a little bit. Ball forward, Clara with the header, little nudge in the back. That's a Blues free kick. Darren, same as Luton. Hope they go down. Hate that away end. Yeah, that away end was awful. Williams trying to win it back. He comes away too easily there. Honestly, that's the point where we need to win the ball back. Ball over the top. It's going to round for a goal kick. Allsop comes to claim it. Preseason game, Blues versus Wrexham in New York. That's one thing I was going to talk about, actually. When is the preseason? Does anybody know about the preseason and when that's getting announced or anything? Because obviously I love that and everything. I love going to that and doing all the travel and everything. But still, like, is there any announcements on it, or is it just going to be like, I don't know, in Europe or somewhere? I get the feeling if it's in New York or something like America, then that's just going to be like mental. Shot there from Blues, catch pretty easy there, and then they're on the break here if they get it right. But yeah, pre-season, I'm kind of hoping they announce it soon. And if it's America, then I'm a little bit annoyed because they've got a lot of time to. They've had a lot of time to announce this. You know how much tickets cost to fly to America? Honestly, Wickham 2-0 down now. Honestly, that that battle for second place. Does anybody want it, or is it just like nobody wants to go into the championship? Yeah, 2-0 down. That's terrible. Charlton are only 2 points behind now. That honestly, that'd be amazing. Can you imagine them finishing second, getting automatics? Whipped in towards the back post, headed back in. Chance to clear it, and it is. I think that's Leonard who clears that. Bolton are losing 2-0. Leighton Orient are goal down. Yeah. Who are Bolton losing to? Lincoln. God. The hell's going on there? So as things stand, the only teams that can make playoffs are Huddersfield, Bolton, Leighton Orient, Reading, Stockport, Charlton, Wrexham, and Wickham. So it's a fair old battle, to be fair. Well, yeah, Crawley are 3-1 up now. Cambridge are winning as well. God, that really is going to be a proper battle for relegation, that is, I tell you. Mansfield are drawing, so are Burton. Tell you what, Mansfield could really slip into actually, because those teams sort of become a bit complacent at the end of the season. It's kind of what happened with us actually. It was like we all thought we're safe, even though we're right down the bottom and everything, and then everything just suddenly goes tits up, and it's like, well, you're relegated now. I feel like Mansfield could genuinely be in a bit of that sort of scrap. Williamson here with the ball. To Leonard. Back into Iwata. Gotta be honest, boys, it's not the thriller in Manila right now. It's just your average end of season game, really. Let's have a look at some other scores whilst we're just passing it around the back. Fucking hell, honestly. Any look from the cameras on how many we bought to Burton? Yeah, quite a few. I think there was about 1,500, maybe something that way, and it's not entirely big. But we've got that whole stand there, so we have taken a fair few. It's just the game isn't particularly even entertaining, isn't it? I've had this conversation with other Blues fans this season in terms of like like the atmosphere and everything, and it is shit because like the quality and no, I'd say the entertainment value isn't like as it was against Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? It's like the majority of football is pretty boring, so the fans are going to be quite quiet and sort of just back and forth. But it'll come back next season, particularly if we start to really compete and we're sort of battling it for the playoffs and everything. It's just most football is pretty boring. Do you know what I mean? So it's just when it really comes alive, then the fans really come alive. Do you know what I mean? Because like when we played Newcastle in the season and the FA Cup this season, like you can't say that the atmosphere wasn't great for that night. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, we just need to we really need to get some proper competitive games, and I think that's what we're going to get as well. God, Rickman's running and kicking the ball away there. I don't know what he's doing there. Yeah, 1,600 away tickets. Yeah. David Nash, Thor's well out of form, shouldn't be starting the 11. Gotta be honest, mate, I agree with you. Yeah, I think that's right. City again, like today, like it's just nothing, honestly. It's just like build up, build up, build up, lose the ball, sort of just win it back after a poor attack from then, build up, build up, build up, no attack for us. It's all very much in the middle of the pitch at the moment, so really need to so Burton have had the best chances, that's for sure. They've won a corner here as well, to be fair. Do you get the feeling Blues have won as champions and taken the foot off the pedal? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We just we're just trying not to kill ourselves. And Davis knows this as well. Davis has done this throughout the season as well, hasn't he? He knows the levels that the players can reach and everything. And there's no point killing ourselves just running us into the ground at the end of the season here. You know, we've won the league, we're champions, we're back in the championship. So we're going to play. Obviously, we're going to play good football. We'll do a bit of rotation and everything, but he's not going to try and run us into the ground for no reason. He's done that throughout the season as well. We're like a goal or two ahead. We're cruising. There's no point, killing ourselves to go and get another because you might concede as well. So that's the type of bloke that he is, So that's the professionalism he's got. Ball into the back post, free header, big chance there for Burton. Ball in towards the back post again. Ryan Allsop comes and collects this time. Chance that is for Burton. I tell you, they've had the best chances of the game so far. We've offered absolutely nothing. Yeah, I don't know why that is actually. Trevor Owen here says these teams should give up half their stadium for us. I mean, like, I kind of get it, and it probably doesn't work today because Burton have sold a lot of tickets. Like they've got all three stands. We've got the one here. But other teams, like I imagine, like if Cambridge on the final day of the season, if they're already relegated, wouldn't they just give up more seats for us just to fill out? Because surely like that was the incentive. Like get a bit of money through the gates and everything. I don't know. I suppose health and safety gets in the way, doesn't it? Liz Bedell says, need our manager on the line. Yeah, I think we've missed out a little bit on him in these last couple of games. Good ball into Stansfield. Poor touch that is there, though. Yeah, Cochrane again. Ball out to the left-hand side regarding the hitman, just jockeying up against the player. Right-footed cross in towards the box. Williamson went for it. Defender clears it. Mark Lenners tracking back a little bit there. And they just launch forward. And then Clara comes and gets it, of course. And then we just can't keep hold of it there, honestly. It's like not looking great at the moment. Not like we have to, but also at the same time, we're just looking a bit. That's a foul, that is, yeah. We're just not looking that great, that's all. It's not entertaining to watch, Hanley winning a cheap free kick there. That would never be a foul back in the day, I tell you. But yeah, they're number 18. Burrell, I think his name is. He looks pretty good. Sharp, he's quick. They just don't look that threatening, though, as well. They don't look like they can score that much. I mean, they might do, to be fair, but I don't really care if they do. We're already promoted. This style and tempo will not work in the championship. I agree. I do. I think there's aspects that can work in the championship, but at the current way that we're playing, it's too slow and we don't shoot enough. We don't create chances enough. We don't take our chances enough. So it needs to be adapted for the championship next season. We need to find some players that are going to suit the championship way of playing this style of football because we can keep the ball and we can, keep possession and everything because teams do. But we've got to adapt it for the championship. We've done it well this season in League One. We've bossed it. We've won the league. We need to do it right for the championship next season because it's not going to be the same league. There's going to be tougher opposition, better quality of players that we're coming up against. We can still play this way of football, but we need to make sure that it gets adapted and we up the tempo and everything, and we're more consistent and we're more brutal as well because at the moment this style of football won't work in the championship. But for the moment being, we're already promoted, so we're just going to see out this season. Ball into the Box for Burton there. Allsop comes and gets it. Derby now 2-0 up against West Brom. That's fun. It's very good. That means they can't make the playoffs. That will mean that we will be playing them next season. Leeds are 4-0 up against Stoke as well. Bloody Nora. That's incredible. That's them getting promoted today then. That is for certain. Ball out to the left-hand side. Crossing towards the box for Burton Albion. Ryan Allsop just goes straight into his gloves. Could have been difficult, but dealt with it very well. Some results in League One. Wickham are 2-0 down to Charlton. Wrexham are still level with Blackpool 0-0, which means that Wickham are still second and Wrexham are still third, but Charlton are 2 points behind them in fourth. That really could make for an interesting last few games, depending on results and everything. Ball towards Morel for Burton here. He's up against Hanley. Terrible finish. That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, like, in the Championship, that's something that we need to get used to, you know, when teams are coming at us and causing us problems. But in League One, like, strikers, they're not at the quality, like, the, you know, proper finishing and everything. And that really just shows it there. Like, he's up against Hanley. He's got him back towards his goal. He panics and he sort of just scuffs it along the floor into Allsop's hands. It's just like no worry there. But we need to get ready for that in the Championship because that could be a potential opportunity for them and they could get a goal from that. So we need to be aware of that and everything. Yeah, it's definitely pre-season feeling with this game. I agree, Wayne. Anyone know the odds of Wickham and Wrexham not going up automatic? I've been saying for the last 2 weeks, Charlton has still got to play Wrexham too. Yeah, good shout. I will have a look actually. I'm not a betting man myself, so I don't know what's great odds and everything. Let's have a quick look though. Stansfield with the ball here. He's running with back towards goal. Dal back into Jay. Good shot. It's a good block. Sorry, Jay went in for the shot. Iwata, Leonard, back to Iwata. He's got a lot of the pitch to work with. He's put it in towards Dal over the top, but the keeper comes to claim it. Yep. There's not much else to say. This game is very dead. Leeds nearly scored a fifth. Fucking hell, honestly. Blackburn are winning against Sunderland as well. That's interesting. I think they can still make the playoffs, particularly with that win today. Middlesbrough are winning too. No, I agree, Trevor. Yeah, I think it's one to think about, isn't it? Yeah, I think we did it in style with the quality of the players that we had, you know, because we've barely lost this season. We've lost 3 games all season. It's not been the most entertaining football to watch all season, but at the start of the season, if you were offered this, you would have took it up immediately. Stansfield in towards the back post. God, the Hitman with a bit of a scissor kick. Probably should have just took it on normally, actually. It might have been a goal. But yeah, I think at the start of the season, if you'd been told that we're going to get promoted with 6 games to go as champions, you know, every Blues fan would have took that. You know, we're back in the Championship. But yeah, it is something to think about. But if we can change that next season and really start to push up towards the top of the table, then I suppose it won't really matter, will it? But yeah, it is stuff to think about, particularly if we don't reach the expectations maybe next season. Because Tom Wagner will want us to be winning and towards the top of the Championship. He will not want another season like last season where we're battling for relegation and everything. Like he'll want us to start winning and, you know, actually starting to push towards the top of the Championship because, you know, he's a winner, isn't he? And I think that's what everybody's gotten from this season. We've remembered how it feels to win, and we get better and higher expectations because of it as well, which is the right way of thinking about it, you know, because you don't want to be a loser in anything. So, you know, we want to get towards the top of that Championship. You're not going to get it by saying, never mind, we'll get it next time. Not being complacent and everything. We want to win now and everything. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes for next season. But at the moment, it is what it is. It's just a bit crap for those that have to go there and spend the money when they go in there. But Davis is not going to run his players into the ground for just a couple more points. We're already up as champions, so it's just the man that he is, which I respect and everything. Williamson again. That we build into chances and then we just can't put the ball in the back of the net. Well, Zippy in the chat actually. It says Jay was immense on Saturday first half. Then we stopped giving him the ball. Yeah, I agree. I feel like Jay doesn't get the service that he deserves, really. But there again, he probably is a different style of striker to this system, really. So we'll work it out next season. Do you know what I mean? Like the last season, I think that Jay really shone on the break and everything. And he showed that he can take penalties this season. He's very good from the spot. So I don't think we should change that anytime soon. Any big players you'd like to see in the door for next season? Do you mean signings or players like out the door? Do you mean like in terms of like getting a bit more cutthroat on these things? Has Davis even got a plan B, says Trevor. We'll find out. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a good question because when things have gone wrong this season, in the defeats that we've had, like even still, like we haven't had like defeats where we've been a goal behind and then come back to lead and then lost that game. We have just been behind and then that's it. You know what I mean? There's not been a fight back. Ball in towards the back post. Williamson over the top. No, we're corner blues though. Yeah, I think Davis does have to be adaptable and versatile because it's what Rooney wasn't. And I'm absolutely nowhere near complaining. I'm saying that he's on the same level as fucking Wayne Rooney. But Wayne Rooney came in with a plan that he wanted to use and it didn't work. And he didn't have any plan B, no versatility. And that was it. So I think Davis does have versatility, but he needs to learn what he works with this team because in the defeats we've had this season, it's sort of just been one way. Cross in, cleared, rubbish. It's just shit, that is. Nobody attacking that. Dal back into the box. Samstead, Blues lead. Get in. It's about time as well. We needed that. Alphonse Samstead takes the lead. Fantastic stuff. So that's more like it, taking shots on and everything. Perfect. Great stuff. We really needed that. It just gets the feel good around the ground and everything. There we go. Yeah, about time. Yeah, driven in by Dal. Driven in by Dal, and then Samstead with the shot. Takes the deflection up and over the goalkeeper. 1-0 Blues. Let me update the score real quick. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, 1-0 Blues. We're a goal up. Let's have a look and see what that does to the table then. Leeds are 5-0 up, by the way, now. So that is utterly insane. That's a proper first half for them, that is. Joel Pirouz scored fucking 4. That's mental, that is. 4 goals in the one half. That's it. That's actually insane, that is. So for the table, that puts Burton on 43 again. But fortunately for them, as things stand, Bristol Rovers are losing, but Cambridge are winning, so are Crawley. Mansfield are also losing. Northampton are winning. Peterborough are winning. Yeah, so at the moment they're all right, but they really could do with getting back into the game. But We've got the lead as things stands. That puts us on 99 points. That's a nice sight to see, isn't it? It's nice to see. Wickham are still losing. Wrexham are still goalless. Charlton are 2 up. That's going to make for a properly interesting last couple of games. Like 2 games to go for each team. That's going to be mad, that is, honestly. Ball into Williamson. Nice step over. Ball into Stansfield. This is going to be a great goal if we can get it. Yes, we can as well. There we go. This is what I'm talking about. Where's this been for ages? There we go. That is proper Blues. That is that style of football working perfectly. That is lovely stuff. Proper quick, incisive passes. Everybody gets control of it, works it onto the next player, and then Jay rolls it in. Like that's what I'm talking about. That is brilliant. That is ball across from Gardner Hitman. A little step over from Williamson, laid into Dow. Jay, a little bit of a heavy touch, but he gets back hold of it, lays it in past the goalkeeper. Brilliant stuff. Blues are absolutely cruising now. We needed that because it's just opened the floodgates. That is now. Oh, that's beautiful stuff. That is absolutely beautiful stuff. It's almost sort of, it's like a little bit of like, do you remember the Barry Ferguson goal against Everton back in the FA Cup in the day? Honestly, that is like, that's almost like it. It's almost an absolute replica of that. Yeah, I've got to update the score again now. I was expecting it just to go into half time 0-0. Watching it downstairs, they're a little bit further behind me. Got to update the score pretty quickly. Oh, come on. What? Fuck's sake, honestly. Why are they taking so... Sorry, I'm trying to update the score at the same time. There we go. Yeah, referee stopped us. We were on the counter attack for a head injury. I had no idea what that's all about. Yeah, absolutely. More like it. This perfectly works football, that is. Because honestly, we've barely been out of first gear in this half. Really, we've just been like cruising. So to score 2 goals like that is what we should be doing. Yeah, great to see Joe Stansfield back on the score sheet and everything. Keith Hyde says we need 2 new goalkeepers for next season for me. I would agree, yes. I think that Allsop's been fantastic this season. And he might be able to coach next season, but I think it'd be good to have some proper competition for him next season because Peacock Farrell's not been up to it this season, as we've seen. I feel for the guy because he's a decent guy and everything, but you know, if we want to really progress into the future, we need to get some proper competition for Allsop. So yeah, maybe 1 or 2 keepers next season. But I think that for a lot of the positions this season, so next season, yeah. So whatever comes, really, I'm open to it, you know, and I back the recruitment this time as well. You know, I'm not worried about it this season as I have been like in previous seasons. Whoever they get in, I'm pretty sure will be solid. Blues just knocking it around for the last couple of seconds. I don't know why the refs carry on playing, to be honest. It's been well over the 3 minutes of added time. We'll probably blow the whistle now, but now that they're on the attack. Yeah, and that's half time. It is Burton Albion 0, Blues 2 as we go into the half-time break. Alphonse Samsted with his first goal for Blues, and then Jay Stansfield, another goal this season. Lovely work goal. That's almost contender for goal of the season if Iwatas hadn't have been against Newcastle. That was just the best goal I've ever seen in my life. But still, at the end of the half, very good. For the majority of the half, nothing really much to say. Pretty standard performance, really. that we've had in these last couple of games. But yeah, fantastic stuff. Those 2 goals were fantastic. Samstead just taking a shot on, really good to see. Flew into the back of the net, and then Jay's goal beautifully worked, proper. That just shows how great we can be with this style of football and everything. So yeah, oh, fucking hell. Suddenly take my headphones off and really feel the fucking difference. But yeah, get your thoughts in on that first half. Get your thoughts in on other things. We'll have a little bit of a discussion. Typical Blues like West Midlands travel. You wait 40 minutes and there's a 50 bus and 2 turn up. I used to live in Quinton when I used to live in Birmingham. Moved up here about 10 years ago or something, just for work and everything for my dad. I used to get the number 9 bus into town from Stourbridge, that sort of Stourbridge fire bus. I do remember like they were just because it's like back in the day before mobile phones and everything, so you couldn't track where like the buses were and everything. So you would just be stood there sometimes and thinking, is it genuinely going to come or not? And then one time, we were literally halfway walking to school, as I used to get the number 9 bus to school. It just comes past and there's absolutely nobody on it as well. And they all go flying past. There's like 2 going past. It's like, for fuck's sake, honestly. Typical, always the fucking same. But yeah, enough about West Midlands travel. 2-0 Blues at half time. Not really much to say about, just we took those 2 goals. First half was pretty mediocre, really. Burton had the best of chances, really. I imagine they'll be a bit disappointed that they haven't got a goal after that, really, because it does put them in the it does keep them in the relegation battle, that's for sure. Yeah, got a fair few watching this actually as well. Let's have a quick look at the table then, whilst things are at it. So we're 2-0 up. That puts us on 99 points, 1 point off of 100 points. A win takes us to 102. That does then. Wickham currently on 84, but are losing 2-0 to Charlton. Wrexham are Wrexham are at 0-0 with Blackpool. That keeps them 84. Charlton winning against Wickham puts them on 82, 2 points behind. Stockport County 79 points. They're drawing at the moment. Reading are a goal up. That puts them into the playoffs and pretty much. Can Huddersfield make it then? They're on 65 as things stand. 2 games left at 6 points. It takes them to 71, does it? Yeah. So at the moment, Huddersfield can't make it. So we're really closing in on these last few, who can make it and everything. Wouldn't it be amazing if Reading actually got promoted after all the things they've had this season and all the things that have been going on? And what happens then? Like if they genuinely go out of business and they can't, like, what happens then? Like if they're promoted and through the playoffs and everything, how do they work that out? That's just gonna be mental. Jason Lice. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'd like to see Luke Harris in the second half. I agree. I like the guy. I think he's a good player. I think he's tidy. I make the debate every single time that I talk about Luke Harris is that if he'd have been in the Blues team a couple of seasons ago, obviously not like him a couple of seasons ago, but like if this version of Luke Harris was in this team a couple of seasons ago, we'd have really appreciated him. He'd have been like a proper number 10 for us, a real crucial player for us because he's quality, he's a good, talented player. But just in this team, because there's so much quality ahead of him and there's just so much competition, I just don't think he gets in the team next season or anything. So all the best for him and everything. So we'll see how it goes. BCFC boy. We haven't played our best, but still winning. Absolutely. It's just what League One is really like. Burton are, battling for relegation and battling for survival in the relegation battle. So there's like that sort of standard, you know what I mean? So we are going to be in first gear for the majority of the game and we're 2 up. So as things stand, it's going well. So if you read more, no BCFC, fell asleep, didn't miss anything. Yeah. Yeah, missed 2 goals, mate. No, I'm joking. Trevor Owen, I think the squad is good enough for mid-table, a braver outlook, and some quality wide players will potentially see us challenge for the playoffs. 2 new strikers will be needed too. Interesting stuff, yes. years ago, I'd have been able to have given like some insight of some of the players that I would have liked to have seen, but nowadays, like, and particularly because football's so global nowadays, that I didn't even know that Willem Williamson or Christoph Klar existed before this season. Like years before, I'd have been like suggesting just like championship players or anything, but nowadays you have to look into the Swedish league and into the German, into the Dutch leagues and everything. So my knowledge on football is just not that great. So we'll trust it down to the scouts, but. I'm confident in them this season. You know, I fully believe that whoever they bring in will be a quality addition for us. So yeah, they've got my backing and my seal of approval. Thanks for the commentary on the first half. Keep Ryan from Thailand. Keep Ryan indeed. God, that was weird. I forget I said that. Yeah. We need two good fullbacks and some pace and trickery up front. I think pace is definitely the overlying sort of thing that every Blues fan wants to see, just because we don't really have it. We've got lots of talents. We've got lots of great technical ability. Like Leonard's fantastic on the ball. Williamson's tidy at times, you know, he's just a bit lazy occasionally. You know, all the players that we've got and everything, like they're great. You know, Clara's good with his feet and his quality and everything. Just that lack of pace, isn't it? We need that power to sort of get in behind and everything. So yeah, we'll see who are thinking of getting in. But you know, you never know. Let's have a look. Hello from Cape Town, says Trevor. I did not know you were watching this from South Africa today. Very good indeed. I think Willem Williamson has had a good game, says Jack C. I think he's been a massive scapegoat. Won't get credit in the stats, but makes it happen. I think he's been asked to do a specific role by Davis, and fans don't understand it. Interesting, yeah. I think the only problem I have with Williamson is just his general like playing lately. I understand that he's like, you know, scapegoats and everything. Like as soon as like there's a little couple of bad performances, there everybody just loves to pick on a scapegoat. I'm definitely not saying that I don't like Williamson. I absolutely love the guy. I think he's really tidy on his day. You know, I love the guy. I think he's a great guy and everything. But I just think though his performances just in these last couple of months have just been sort of non-existent. Maybe that is just because of the specific role that Davis is trying to get him to play. But like we're just watching some of the highlights back there. That little step over the ball just lets it roll past him. That's the ability that he's got, and I love that from him. Like he's just so, like he takes stuff on, and I respect him for that. And sometimes it doesn't always come off and everything. But the fact that he does it is just brilliant. And yeah, I think he's played well today. I think he has. I think in the role that he had and everything. Because I mean, like, how can you judge a playoff for this game in particular? Anyway, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of a dead game, really. And the fact that we've got 2 goals there is pretty much going to be it then, unless Burton can pull off something incredible, which looks unlikely because everything they've had in front of the goal today has just been. I don't think they've really troubled us up at all, really. Last time John Eustace beat Albion, he was Blues manager. Says Wayne Holder, yeah. Yeah, he's got a good record actually against the Baggies, aren't they? The West Brom aren't the team they were a couple of seasons ago, though, are they? I mean, like, I was looking on Twitter the other day and just how much they hate that John Swift as well. It's just like they're getting really frustrated with him. Yeah, which is a shame because I should rephrase that actually. It's a shame that Tony Mowbray's not doing well because I like the guy and everything, but he's the West Brom manager at the same time, so he's not going to get too much sympathy. Jason Late, is the Poku rumor real? I think he's good, but better players we could attract. Yeah, I agree. I think you know, he's got pace. You know, that's something that we were talking about, of course. I just doubt whether he'll be very good for the championship. The other thing that do you remember when we signed Dembele? I was really pleased with that at the time. I thought like this is going to be like one of the signings that we're going to look back on in the future and go, what a great signing and everything. And at the start, he looked fantastic and everything. I thought this guy's going to be great. You know, he's tricky. He's got some pace. You know, he can work the play really well. But as soon as things got tough, he just disappeared, you know, and like we never really saw that quality from him again. And that was really disappointing because I thought this guy's going to be fantastic. And he just turned out to be a bit of a luxury player. And luxury player basically means that when things are going good, they're fucking on fire. But then when like things are going bad and you need them to perform, they disappear. So I worried that Poku might be one of those players where he's just like, you know, he's great on his day and he's quick and he's got talent and everything. When you need him to perform and everything, he ain't there, and that's what I kind of get because I mean I haven't watched most of him this season, but like Peterborough, they're 17th as it currently stands. So when things matter and when things you need him, like I don't think that he's that type of player. In a one-off in a final, then you fucking damn right you want him because he's that type of player. I think like if we had Dembele for the final, he would have been perfect for that occasion because he'd have been building himself up and everything. He'd been really looking forward to it. But when you need seasoned players, we've got this team, haven't we? Because that's why we're top of the league. We've got a seasoned team that can do it week in, week out. Peterborough, on the other hand, with the type of players they've got, Mother Seal and Poker and everything, they're great for like a one-off, and that you definitely want those type of players in a cup team. Anything else, ain't too sure. That's why I think they've struggled this season, is because they just haven't kept that consistency. We have, though, so we need a couple more players that have got that sort of raw pace and everything and got that technical ability, but can do it over a long period of time as well. And we've had it with players we've got this season, but we need to find it more with quicker players and everything, because I think we bring some pace and some tempo into this team. The championship, we could really start to turn some of the teams over. There'll be some tricky games next season. Don't get me wrong. I don't think we're going to win the league by not a fucking chance. We're going to win the league. We could definitely compete for playoffs, though. I reckon that 6th place spot, we could really just try and that could be our goal next season. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I would say that. LSESM. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that right. Do you think Neumann? Sorry, I always pronounce that wrong. Will do all right in the championship. I'm not entirely sure, but who knows? I would like him to. I think if him and Clara could become the defensive partnership next season, then I'm already getting excited because that would be absolutely incredible. He scored the other day, didn't he? Or am I forgetting that? I forget what is it Phil Newman? Yes, it is, because it was with him and Grant Hanley as well, and they both got signed. Yeah, he scored the other day, and they lose. I think they did, didn't they? Yeah. But yeah, they're in the Bundesliga too as well. So yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see just how good he is. But fingers crossed he is. I mean, that's what the thing is nowadays. I don't know players and everything they are and everything. But yeah, I'm sure the recruitment is going to be good because they've gotten the recruitment absolutely spot on this season. Chris Pugh says Mowbray has been a shambles at Baggies, so no Zoltan Guerra to save him this time. Zoltan Guerra, who is that? I don't even know who that is. I just laughed at something I shouldn't be laughing at. I forget what I just said. Jack C. Also think fans are forgetting we are without a number of wingers. If we had Hansen and right fist, we'd have more pace. The depth we'd have generally is hiding a massive gap out wide, which is hurting us. Yeah, I think so. I think they're just injury prone, aren't they? Hansen and Wright. Which, when you're looking forward, looking into the future, I think you need to start to get players that are just going to be fit all the time. So yeah, who knows? I like Hansen as well. I think he's good. I like Wright. I like all the players. There's none of the players this season that I've looked at and gone, you've got an attitude, or you don't look up to it, or you don't look like you care. There's. I think Davis said that at the start of the season. He said that all the players that wants to be here are here. So I think that's just set the tone for the season, really. Because he's that type of guy, isn't he? He's just like a stern professional. You don't take no bullshit off anybody. So if anything like that, he's just going to be like, that's just, there is no question. You're either here to do it properly, or you're not here. And I think players like Dembele, they have that sort of aura about them. Particularly during pre-season, so I think he was like, "Yeah, we can get a bit of money for you." Battle of Castaway Blues managers, yeah. I'm glad we've put all that behind us. I was watching the Walsall game earlier, and they've got Albert Adoma in their team. I was thinking, God, I'm so glad that we don't have those ex-Villa players to sort of go and find nowadays, like with Hogan and Gary Gardner, bless him. But God, honestly, we needed to get away from that. Honestly, it was just shit, I tell you. I'd be surprised if we're interested in Poku. Yeah, maybe, I suppose. I don't know. I just think we can go after better players than Poku, particularly if he's finishing 17th in fucking League One, then I don't think that we need to look for better players, really. All right. Players are back out for the second half. Burton Albion kicking from left to right. Blues kicking from right to left in our white and green kit. Just waiting for us to get kicked off back underway. Then I can start the timer. Come on, man. Fucking hell. Just get us underway, you prick. Yeah, he's got to put his hand up for one of the goalkeepers and then put his hand up for the other goalkeeper and then look at his watch, wait a couple of seconds, blows whistle, and now we're going underway. There we go. Bloody hell. So, Blues back underway, 2-0 up. Not the great first half, not the best of the first half, so I should probably say, actually. But 2 goals at the end of the game, at the end of the half, has got us in a very comfortable position at Burton Albion today. I imagine some of the games are kicked off a little bit sooner than this, so we'll have a quick check to see if any of the teams have gotten some goals, early goals, which doesn't look like it at the moment. But 2-0 down, of course. Let's have a look. Actually, the Championship leads up by like 9 now, something like that. No, it's still 5-0. Plymouth are winning. What? How the fuck? Jesus Christ! Where does that put them? 43. Oh my god, that's absolutely incredible. That is. Derby are winning. Hull are drawing. Luton are winning. That is what. Can we just say, like, the Championship relegation battle this season is the tightest I think I've ever seen it, and we've been in some fucking squeaky bum time relegation battles before. This one, on the other hand, is utterly mental. Like, Luton are winning today. That puts them on 46. Derby are also on 46. So are Hull. They've dropped below them now as well. Cardiff. Who are Cardiff drawing with? Are they playing Oxford? Yeah. Honestly, it's so close. Like, Stoke losing 5-0. And they're still not technically out of it. Because Luton are now winning. Yeah, I mean, like, they technically are safe. But Jesus, they aren't half close. It's a good thing Luton have got such a poor goal difference. But Hull are very close to falling into it now, I tell you. Particularly if they go a goal down or anything. They're playing Preston today. Oh, they have just equalised, actually, so they would have been in the playoffs. In the playoffs, in the relegation zone. Welcome to my brain. Ball over the top of Stansfield, holds it up nicely, and then the player comes crashing in up for a goal, for a throw. See, it's doing it again. Let's have a quick look then. Would you rather be a sausage or an egg? Probably an egg. I'm a vegetarian, mate. Not a vegan, though. I'm vegetarian. Vegetarian and vegans don't get along. So what was this saying about Ridgewell? I don't think I've not picked up on it now. Trevor Owen says, I think Leonard Gardner Hickman, Samstead and Dykes are all more than competent to push on and compete in the new season. Agreed. May as a goal hanger will still get on into chances if we create enough. Yeah, I think I'd love to see Alfie May in the Championship because I just think he's a good guy to have around in the changing rooms. But at the end of the day as well, you do need goals, and I think he might struggle in the Championship. But you never know, because like he might just suddenly, if you give him those chances next season, particularly with a bit of pace up front, and if he's that sort of that furthest player forward, you never know, you might get it. So he's a proper striker, isn't he? He's a good goal scorer. Anytime you get the ball for him in and around the box, it's a goal. You never worry about it really. It's not Scott Hogan, do you know what I mean? Blues getting the ball down this left-hand side. Gardner Hickman back into Cochrane. Just keeping the ball here. It's quite nice, to be fair. Ex-Villa players, remember had Dwight York? Oh, God, yeah. We got relegated with them, actually, didn't we, in 2006? That was just about when I started watching football, that was. I would have been about 3. Fucking hell, I've been a Blues fan for far too long, honestly. Yeah, so that would have been, 2006. We had Jarosik and everyone in that team. Melchiot and those type of players with Bruce. It was right when we were starting to becoming good again, and yet we just get relegated. This is exactly what happened last season with us. It's like things are looking good again, and then we get fucking relegated. Win the Carling Cup, get relegated. So hopefully we don't win the Champions League one season and then like get relegated and then get relegated again. It's just that always seems to happen with Blues. I don't know why. It's like anything good happens to us, we get relegated. Super Kevin Phillips, yes. Favorite ex Villa player? I think that's a horrible question. That's a horrible quiz to have, that isn't it? Favorite ex Villa Blues player? Yeah, I'd have to say Kevin Phillips, just because he got us promoted as well, and he was like the part of a good like list of number nines that we had, wasn't he? You know, we had like Forsell and then Phillips, you know, and then never really anybody after that. So he was probably the last proper great number nine that we had. And that's saying something. Oh no, Adams, actually. I forgot about him. He was number nine. But that's why I like Alfie May so much, because he's number nine. Of like, as soon as you have like a number nine in your team who is like a proper number nine, not like Hogan, who we're talking about here, like a proper number nine, like that, your team's complete then. It really is. Another shit ref then. So yeah. I mean, like, we were literally on the counter attack in the first half, and he just pulls it back for absolutely fuck all. Ball over the top. That's not going to reach him. Yeah, and then but no, we're just going to get turned over. More comments reading, I think. Blues and Plymouth relegated when Rooney was there. Yeah, exactly. Common denominator is Rooney. I still can't believe, wasn't he linked with the Blackburn job a couple of days ago? Like, even that as a rumor, that means that those conversations must have been happening somewhere down the chain. Do you know what I mean? It's like, who is giving this man a job? Honestly, like, he doesn't know how to coach a team. He's as a football pundit, whatever, you know. That's not, you can just do whatever there. But like, as a football manager, the man has like the worst fucking record ever. Like, who do you think? It's always a team as well. They're like trying to rebuild as well. It's like, yeah, well, like Blues are going to go and try and get into the Premier League. Yeah, let's get Wayne Rooney involved. Plymouth, yeah, we've had a tough season last season, but yeah, let's go and try and rebuild this. Who we're going to get? Wayne Rooney. Blackburn have just sat there, have lost their manager, John Eustace. They got a new guy involved. Who are we going to get to properly replace him? Wayne Rooney. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? Warm this one up. Fucking hell, honestly. We're keeping the ball really nicely here now, but they're looking like they're running on fumes. Yeah, I think this is just going to be the rest of the game, to be honest. I've just seen my table move up. That means someone's winning. I think it's Swansea, actually. So it's not really interesting. Bristol City are drawing with Luton. I think they've just equalised as well, actually. So that's an interesting game there. So as soon as I say that I think they're going to make the playoffs and win it, that's suddenly they perform really shit. I don't know why that always happens when I talk about things like that. Wednesday have just equalised against Middlesbrough. Not good for them. It's going to be an interesting playoff, I tell you, because obviously we'll find out who we play next season. I'm just trying to work out who I can't be asked to play next season, and whoever that is, then I want them to go up. It's probably Bristol City, actually. It's a long journey down. Although actually I quite like Bristol City. They're a good stand. They're a good stadium and everything. A decent club as well. Nice place, Bristol as well, to be fair. Playing a little bit crap there, Blues, though. Ball back from Hanley. Oh, just get it fucking clear, for God's sake. Even such a stupid free kick away. Is that Clara? I've just been... commentators curse there, honestly. I've just been saying like how much I've been appreciating this guy, and then he rolls the ball over and fucking gives away a foul. It's not a foul, but honestly, like, he should have known that the ref was going to give it, because he just gives everything for soft, pathetic decisions nowadays. Yeah, let's go back to the League One table, see if there's any results there. All games going on. Ball into towards the back post. Grant Hanley comes and clears. Good header. That's what he's good at, isn't he? He's like our... Actually, no, that's a bit of an insult to call him Harry Maguire, but he kind of is, isn't he? We'll have a quick look at some of the comments as well. Ball fired forward there. Stanshill's not going to go on the end of that, though. It's unfortunate. According to Trevor Owen, he says Blues have been live on African TV more this season than since we were in the Premier League. We're massive, I tell you. I mean, we're an interesting watch, aren't we, at the moment? You know, like, who would you rather watch, like, the Premier League? Like, the games are just like unbelievably cripplingly boring, or watch the Blues, you know. So it's great to watch some non-league football sometimes. Lower league football, sorry, because I remember watching the non-league the other day. Scunthorpe versus Chester, I think it was. And that was amazing. That was a properly brilliant game. And that was like the National League Northern Premier League, I think it was. Like Scunthorpe had fallen like massively down the table and everything, but still, like the game was fantastic. Um, so like it's genuinely sometimes more interesting to watch. Hope Luton stay up. He also says Derby and Plymouth look back down. Yeah, I think it'd be funny to see Derby go down, but I want to play them next season because we can just sing "When Derby Comes, He Die" and everything, properly wind them up. I'm as soon as I see somebody's car, I'm just jumping on it straight away. You're on me bonnet, Darren. Is that what he said? I can't remember now. I think it was something like that. How nice to have an end of season. We can relax instead of stress about worrying staying up. Yeah, I completely agree, Diane. It's a weird phenomenon. It doesn't feel like the end of the season now. Wayne Rooney is a football leaper. No one will touch him. Pandiani, yeah, of course, as well in that 2016. Yeah. Do you reckon Stansfield should stay as a 9 or yeah? I think as that number 9 position, I would probably say that no. I think he should probably play out wide more, which is rather weird because I criticised Rooney for that last season, saying that he shouldn't be playing out wide. But that was then, so I feel like different team and everything. He should be playing in a different role because he's got that little burst of energy and everything. And I think he works better on the attack as well, on that counter attack. So really, you need different types of strikers and through the middle of the pitch. But there again, we'll find out. We'll see who is coming through in the summer. Burton have got a free kick here, 55 minutes on the clock. Little player does a little run over the ball in towards the back post, headed towards goal. Ryan also comes and claims, very easy for him, that is. Reading the 2 up now. Burton is still just outside the relegation zone, but Bristol Rovers are still a goal down. Stevenage. Cambridge is still a goal up. Puts them third bottom now. I mean, considering like they were pretty much saying at the when we played them earlier in the season that I watched the vlog of theirs and they were saying that yeah, we'll get it right next season in League Two and everything. But then half putting up a fight, they're only 2 points off of survival at the moment, so that's big for them. That is. And Charlton are 3-0 up. Fucking hell, honestly, Wickham, what's going on with them? They're chasing them down on goal difference as well. That's the massive win for that is for them. Away as well. Wickham, I don't know what's going on there. Mike Dodds and everything. It's just it fell apart there, I tell you. Bolton are losing as well. Still losing actually. Oh no, Lincoln have just scored again to go back in front. Yeah, does anybody want to get promoted to the Championship? It doesn't look like it, apart from Charlton, maybe Reading. Williamson's got it here on the edge of the box. He's going to find Stansfield, ball into him. Yeah, back towards goal. He's lost that. Leonard chasing down keepers. Back to the keeper there. He's going to thump that clear. A bit before your time, but ex-Villa player Noel Blake was a beast of centre back. Yeah, I'm afraid of Noel Blake now, and he's an older bloke now. But fucking hell, that man, he's the definition of intimidation. He is, honestly. He breaks jaws just by looking at you. I tell you. Bob Latchford, one of the best strikers we had. I had a DVD when I was younger that was called Birmingham City's 250 Greatest Goals, and just Bob Latchford, Bob Hatton, Kenny Burns, and everything. That sort of 70s team. That's sort of the era that my dad grew up in, really. So that he just loves that team and everything. Dave Latchford in goal. Who else can I remember from that time? That's going to annoy me now. Who scores the screamer in the semi-final when we're playing in the white kit? Someone will probably pick me up in the comments. I can't remember his name now. Is that Howard Kendall or something like that? I can't remember now. Huddersfield just scored. I think they have actually. Yes, they have. So Huddersfield are winning against Stockport. Big for them. That keeps them in the battle for playoffs. I think it's 6 points still on the cards. Bear with me because I'm shockingly bad at maths. 73. Yeah, they can still survive in it. Wrexham have scored though. They have literally just scored against Blackpool, so that puts them second on 86. Big fucking letdown for Wickham, that is. because that puts them 2 points behind now. But also as well, Charlton puts them 4 points behind now. So yeah, not great for them. But yeah, Charlton also playing Wrexham at the weekend. So who knows? Could be up for a proper end of season battle towards the top of the table. Yeah. Stansfield out wide. I think Stansfield and Poku playing behind a solid 9 would be a step up. Yeah. I mean, even if it's not Poku, if it's someone different who's a bit more. Charlton are 4-0 up. 4 fucking nil. How are they 4-0 up? That's mental. Oh, Wickham have proper shat the bed here, I tell you, honestly. Charlton are 4-0 up. That's insane. Oh, honestly, that is a proper disaster for them, that is. That goal difference as well, honestly, it's like that at the moment, I tell you. Before the start of the day, Charlton had plus 21 goal difference, and Wickham had plus 32, I think. They've now got plus 28 goal difference, Wickham, and Charlton have got plus 25. Honestly, that is... the hell is going on? They've screwed that up so badly for themselves, honestly. Charlton are right in it now, I tell you, as well, because if they win against Wrexham, that puts them only a point behind them. That's mental, that is. What was I saying? Yeah, even if it's not Poku who we get in, it's like a quick winger or something. I think with like that sort of front three, that would be good. I've always wanted to see us play like a 4-3-3. And I suppose we've experimented with it a little bit this season, but we haven't had that sort of like... we've had like strikers and then just midfielders who sort of play up with the attackers, really. So we need like 3 strikers really in that main bulk up top. So I'd like to see that. 4-0, unbelievable. Next chairman to appoint Wayne Rooney needs a slap. We can't have Wrexham in the Championship, sure. Well, it looks that way at the moment. 2 games left. I imagine if they beat Charlton, actually. No, it doesn't, does it? There's still 2 points. Yeah, it's going to go to the last day. And speaking of which, Wrexham have just scored again, actually. So that's 2-0 Wrexham now. Blackpool are officially out of the playoff race as well with that loss. Leeds are 6-0 up as well. Fucking hell. I mean, that's brilliant because I'm not a big fan of Stoke, and who is, to be honest, but 6-0, that's incredible, that is. Luton are winning as well now. Plymouth are 3-1 up. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. I can't believe this. It's too many. All 3 of the bottom 3 teams are winning. This is such a tight race, I tell you honestly. That's pretty incredible, that is. Do you think we will sign any of our loan players in the summer? Well, I think have we signed Ben Davis? Or if we haven't, then I would like to see Ben Davis signed. I think Kieran Dow's on loan as well. If he is, then I'd like to see him signed. Obviously, we've signed Samstead a couple of weeks ago. It was a bit of a sort of null sort of signing announcements. But obviously, we've signed Gardner Hitman. In other seasons, I would have loved to have kept hold of Luke Harris, but I think he can do better elsewhere. So yeah, I just think that he should get some game time, maybe in a team in the Championship next season or something like that. Like a team that's going to struggle in the Championship next season, or even like a team that's going to do well in League One next season. Because he's a good kid, he's a very talented player, good and tidy and everything. I just don't think he'll get the time with us, unfortunately. And I don't like seeing players sort of just dry up on the bench. You know what I mean? It's just like that type of seeing that potential getting wasted feels unfortunate for a player of his talent. Samstead got hacked down there as well. Yeah, I mean, this game's pretty much done, dead and dusted now, isn't it? Because Burton haven't got much else to offer. They look pretty exhausted. There's another goal here now in the Championship as well. I think Hull have scored, haven't they? Yeah, they have, yeah. So Hull are now winning against Preston. So that takes them up to 48. God, this is insane, honestly. So Luton are still in the bottom three, despite the fact they're winning, because Derby are winning, Oxford are losing, and Hull are winning. Preston are bloody close in this, actually, I tell you. They're on 49. Luton are on 46. God, there are so many teams that can still be in the chance here. Stoke are definitely not out of this now that Luton are winning, I tell you. How many teams are still in it? So Luton are 46, so they can finish on maximum 52, is it? 49. Yeah, 52. So technically, Portsmouth are still in that battle, even though they're winning today. Yeah, they're winning against Watford. So they need to keep hold of that lead. Stoke are losing 6-0. Preston are losing 2-1. Hull are winning against them 2-1. So all those teams are all still in it. So the maximum that Plymouth can finish on is 49. So technically, Preston can still finish bottom of the table. Like that's how fucking tight this is. Like honestly, that championship relegation battle is mad. Honestly, so like Plymouth are on 49, 43. The maximum they can finish on is 49, which is where Preston are. So technically, if all results went that way, which is not going to happen, but still, mathematically, Preston can still finish bottom of the table. Like that's how much this is. Obviously, it's not going to happen because Plymouth are on minus 37 and Preston are on minus 10. But still, like that's how close this whole thing is. It's just insane. A couple of subs for Blues. Alfie May's coming on, so is Anderson. And then Paik is on for Mark Leonard. Another year of free advertisement on Disney, I guess, if Wrexham get promoted. Yeah, I should say, actually, I'm on that documentary this year with Sam and Jamie before the Blues game. We got interviewed by Welcome to Wrexham. So, yeah, you'll be able to see me on there, giving my terrible score prediction. Although I think I got it right, actually. I think I said 3-2. I think I said 3-2 for that game. So, yeah, that'll be fun. Obviously, with Blues having their own documentary as well, that'd be quite cool. I had no idea that was going on, by the way. Like, all the people that work at Blues Focus behind the scenes knew nothing about it as well, which is a good sign that we've got people in the know, isn't it? So, yeah, nothing really, didn't really know that was happening. So, it's a bit disappointing. I would have liked to have been on that. Anderson working it round. Iwata. He's got Dal here. He's going to lay that back into Anderson. Blues playing it around nicely here, actually. Just keeping all of the ball very well. Let's have a quick look at some more comments. I saw a Rangers news article the other day that said they don't think Dal will be coming back. Yeah, I'd like to keep hold of Dal. I think he's got proven championship record, hasn't he, with Norwich? And did he play for someone else? I know he played for Norwich, but I'm pretty sure he played for someone else in the championship. I can't remember now. But yeah, I'd like to keep hold of him. I think he's a good, tidy player. Stevenage away on Thursday, next 3 points, hopefully. Absolutely, Darren. 3 million for Dal, says VizX. Yeah, I wouldn't mind something like that, maybe a bit less. Particularly if like they're valuing Rangers are valuing him for that much. It's like, but he hasn't even played really, so we probably could whittle that down maybe to 1 million or something like that. Probably the same for Ben Davis as well, but depends if we want to keep hold of him. I'd definitely like to, even though he's not been performing at his best, particularly in the last couple of games. But even still, playing well there, Clara does, and Blues come out of it really well. That's fantastic. That is. Yeah, I'd like to sign Davis and Dow, 100%. Yeah, was it? Yeah, Tuesday. I was interviewed in front of the Francis mural. Yes, that was Copper 90. That was. I was interviewed twice that day. Did the thing for Copper 90, which was fucking brilliant. So I've always wanted to be on Copper 90 since, sort of getting involved in, since I like first started watching YouTube when I was a young kid and everything. I was like, that's brilliant. That is. I want to get involved in that. So when I got interviewed by the guys there, it's like, that's wicked. That is. I've made it now. But yeah, I also did stuff with Welcome to Wrexham as well. That was just opposite the Blues ground on the Morrison's car park, or outside the Morrison's car park, actually. Any more scores, actually? Yeah, League One. Still 4-0 to Charlton against Wickham. What the fuck? It's insane. Well, absolutely, completely fell apart there. Bolton are 4-2 down there as well. Yeah, they're blowing up a little bit there too. They can still make it, of course, but it's getting a bit close now. Leyton Orient, have they equalised as well? Yeah, they have, yeah. Just a second equalised. So that puts them a little bit closer to Reading. Not good for Cambridge, that. That puts them third bottom. Crawley winning 3-1. Mansfield losing 3-1 against Reading. Chats in the Woods says Anderson's had a great season, but I reckon he'll continue in the Championship. I'm not so sure. Yeah, the thing is with a lot of these players is that with League One, I think we can get away with being a little bit indecisive sometimes, and we play great football and everything, but that won't happen in the Championship. We won't be able to get away with that, as we've seen before with some of these players, like particularly Anderson, who didn't take on anywhere near the amount of chances he had this season. And it shows as well because he scored so many more this season. He didn't score at all for us last season. I mean, apart from one deflected shot against Coventry, but even then, that don't really count, does it? But yeah, I mean, like he scored so many more this season and proper goals as well. You know, like ones that are like just proper rocketed into the net. That one against Huddersfield was absolutely fucking brilliant. That was. Aston Villa fans at work asked me what it was like getting dumped out of the Mickey Mouse Cup. I said we weren't in the Champions League. Very good. I like it. I love shit banter like that. It's always funny. What's going on with Ramel Donovan? Is he staying at Brentford? I imagine so, yeah. I think he's going to be one of those Amari Miller type signings for those teams. And he just like goes into the B team and then we don't see him ever since. I wouldn't say like it's a massive loss for us, particularly with the fact that we need to be, competing. I think if we were a Premier League side, I think if we were in Brentford's position, I think we would be experimenting with him and seeing where we can fit him in and everything. But because we're a Championship side, we need to be having players that are going to get us back into the Premier League because that's the goal, isn't it? Working it nicely on this left-hand side. Sam Stead float it into the box. No one there. Shame that is. It was a nice cross as well. It just needs to be. Didn't have the players in the right position at that point. Do you think Sanderson will play for us next season? No. I think he's done with us now. We'll probably sell him for pennies, really. Stockport just equalised against Huddersfield. Massive result that is for them. Huddersfield's a bad result for them. That is. It puts them back into ninth. That does. Yeah, I think Sanderson's done playing for us now. I think he'll either stay at Blackburn or find somewhere else. I don't know, but yeah, I think we've seen the last of him now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what you thought of him. Hanley with a bit of a strong challenge there. Ref said play on, no foul. Yeah, I suppose fair enough. Reading 3-1 up now as well. Oh no, they were 3-1 up. Yeah, who was that? Oh yeah, it's Blackpool, of course. Idiots. Interesting to see what signings will make, says Blue Nose. 100%. Yeah, I think we'll be quite cutthroat actually this season. I think as well that the trophy finals really brought that to Tom Wagner and Knighthead's attention as well, because they don't like losing. They really do not like losing. So there'll be a couple of meetings at the end of the season where they'll look back and think we might need to get rid of a few players, even if they're likable players in the team. This is they'll want to win and they'll want to get towards as high up the Championship as they can next season, because they want to win. They want to get back into the Premier League. This is their goal. They don't want to be accepting defeat and everything. So, like, if there are players that are not going to pull their weight in the season next season, then they'll think about getting rid of them, and replacing them. So there might be a few players that we might suddenly think, bloody hell, did not expect that. Obviously, I don't know, but we'll find out, won't we? They've thought Huddersfield failed so much. Fucking hell, honestly. The team that's failed the most, though, is Rotherham, honestly. Like, they've absolutely... Like, I was thinking like that they're going to be a bit of a difficult team to face next season with Johnson, Clark, Harris and everything. How wrong was I, honestly? They've been rubbish. They've been absolutely appalling. I was watching them the other day. Actually, who were they playing? I think they were playing Wickham, and I was just watching them thinking, like, this team was like meant to be like towards the top of the table and giving us a run for our money and everything. Like, they've been absolutely rubbish. I feel for them as well because they're a decent side, decent fan base. Rather, them actually, they're good people. I know a few of them; they're decent lads. But yeah, they've got a long way to come back. There's a few of those teams actually, like Wigan and Peterborough to a certain extent as well. Like they've got a long way to come back, and Bolton as well. I mean, like they won the league against us that night at theirs, and they won 3-1. And yeah, well, they've fell apart since that day. I tell you, they've been absolutely. They've not been up to it since. That's what I mean by those teams that are like sort of like they've got their own cup final. They're cup final teams in that way. So that when they give like a real big performance that they need to suddenly win out of nowhere, they'll turn up. But over the season, over a course of a season, you know, like that's us this season, and that's not been us in previous seasons. You know what I mean? It's like we've been terrible in terms of a season team that can just last the course of the time and everything. But then when we need them to perform, they do, and then we stay up. But obviously that didn't happen last season because we didn't have enough of those big games. But we've got that this season, and we're definitely going to have that next season. We're going to have a proper, long, lengthy team that can do it consistently week in, week out. Dave is still serving the touchline ban. He is, yes. I think there's one more game, which is a bit shit actually, because like, you know, it can be the one where we finish on above 100 points. It's obviously the game we're going to get the trophy lifted and everything. So, yeah, it's a bit shit that he's not going to be on the touchline for that. Sanderson will be the most expensive car park attendant we've ever had. Oh, God. Do you reckon Yokoyama will go out on loan again? I think we're going to sell him, to be honest. Have we not already sold him? I thought. Sorry, if my chair's really squeaky, I can't really do much about it. I'm getting a new one soon. Yeah, I can't remember. Have we already sold him? I don't remember. Either way, obviously, I don't think he'll play next season, to be honest. All right, whilst these subs are making, I do need to just go and get my drink from downstairs. So apologies, I won't be very long. Apologies, everyone. I'm back. Don't worry. Thank you. Oh, right. 15 minutes to go. Blue's really cruising now. A quick check on the scores. See what else is going. Reading are 4-1 up now. Charlton's still 4-0 up against Wickham. Bolton are blowing it big time here, losing 4-2 to Lincoln. Wigan have got a goal, to be fair. That's interesting to see. Peterborough have gone 1-1 now. Northampton are winning 3-0. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting battle, I tell you. Really interesting to see who's going to survive and everything. In terms of the championship, if anybody's interested in that, Millwall are winning against Norwich 3-1. They're still in with a big shout of making the playoffs. 2 games to go. You can still win 6 points out of that. They can finish above Coventry, currently on 66. Yeah, Stoke 6-0 down to 6-0 down to Leeds in the championship and everything. Cardiff are now drawing against Oxford. Brannigan's just equalised for them. That's a bad result for them. That pretty much, with 2 games left, that's a tough ask for them. That is, particularly with them not being in great form. I mean, we like Plymouth because they've got like that fighting spirit, really. But Cardiff, I mean, like the last 5 games, they've drew 3, lost 2. So yeah, you can't really see that happening. Yeah, I remember that. Actually. Yeah, you're right, Chris. Wickham Rotherham game. Yeah, of course. That commentator was brilliant. He was good fun, actually. He's talking about having a slightly warm hot chocolate at half time. He was good, actually. That game really came alive towards the end of it, didn't it? Anderson working it in towards the middle. Here's Williamson. He's got a couple of options here. Ethan Laird on this left-hand side. Right-hand side, sorry, I should say. Gives it into Dow. Ball's around to the back post where Laird is. No foul. Player goes down. Play on. He's kept it up well there, Morales, actually. Burton coming forward. Christoph Clara coming across there fucking brilliantly, I tell you, honestly. What a great challenge that was. Timed it perfectly. Came across. Swept the ball out for a Burton throw. Brilliant defending. Nothing's got past him today, I tell you. Absolutely nothing. According to Keith Hyde, Sanderson's going to Derby. That's interesting. Be funny to play him next season. Blackpool next, yeah. I fancy us, actually. I think he'll play well. We'll play well against them. We did well against them in the FA Cup a couple of months ago. It's hard to believe that's this year, isn't it? That's just really weird, actually, when you think those times of... No, it wasn't, sorry. Ignore me. It was December, wasn't it? And now I'm doubting myself. I can't even remember. Someone will correct me in the chat in a minute. Birmingham. It was December. Yes, it was. December 1st. I think Williamson will be much better after a full pre-season of rest. I think the injury really threw him off. Either got that off a load of him. I think it was either an injury or it was an illness. I can't remember now, but I'm pretty sure he definitely had an illness. I don't know whether he had an injury on top of it as well. But yeah, obviously we won't really know what that illness was and everything, whether it's just like a casual flu or whether it's something a little bit more off-putting and stuff like that. Blue Shadow says, I want to see Yokoyama back as he's been scoring goals for them for his loan team. Yeah, I think he could. He might have a place in the team next season, but who knows? It's never good when you have players that go out on loan, isn't it, halfway through the season? But who knows? He might come back really as like a different player. Sanderson is going to Derby. Sorry about my sausage fingers. Yes. Yeah, he went to Genk, didn't he, Yokoyama? That's hard. They second division now, really? Bloody hell. No, they're still first league. Yeah, I was going to say. They seem like a well-established club still. Where did Miyoshi go? He went to a Belgian side as well, didn't he? Or am I thinking wrong? Where's Koji Miyoshi nowadays? Yeah, Antwerp. Oh, no, sorry, that was where he came from. Bochum. He's in the German league, he is, actually. Yeah, shame about Miyoshi never working, but I suppose what can you do, can you? How many Villa fans does it take screwing a light bulb? What's a light bulb? Oh, man. Jack C asks, what do you reckon Clara's ceiling is? Which basically means what level do you think he can reach? He looks immense, but didn't work at Southampton. Is that just because he was young, or are we all getting carried away? I suppose there's a lot of this really for this season, isn't it? Like we'll find out just how good he is when we play next season. But for the moment being, I think he's got potential to play like a Premier League level. Same way that I thought that with Austin Trusty. Actually, I think like he's got that. He's got that sort of aura about him. He's tall, he's athletic. He does well at whatever level. He's not at this level and underperforming, isn't he? He's like immense and strong. It's the same with Trusty as well. When we had him, even though we were a poor team, couldn't really get any goals going, he still did very well in that team that he was doing. So I think that gives you the good ingredients. Like if next season he comes and he's absolutely shocking, like I don't know, someone like an Emmanuel Iwu or something like that, that's a bit more, that sort of warps your perspective on him, doesn't it? But like players like Trusty, he was still great even in a shit team. So we'll find out, won't we? he's not a luxury player. Do you know what I mean? When things are going bad, luxury players perform bad. But like with Trusty, like when we had him, when we were performing bad, he was still doing well. You know, still doing strong and getting things cleared and everything. And that's kind of what it's been like with Clara this season. You know, when we've been performing badly, he's still been doing well at what he's been doing. So I think that's a good sign of a good player, really. So we'll see. We can see what level he's at and everything. So we will see. Pritchard is tearing up in Turkey. Yeah, I suppose that shows where his level is nowadays. Getting on a bit, isn't he? Shame, because again, would have liked him to have worked. He's got some good quality championship experience and everything. Vincent Vass has said Yokoyama's only scored 1 goal so far for Genk's B side. Genk, in fact, have lost all bar 1 game, which they drew since he joined them. Miyoshi went to a German club. I think he's doing okay. Interesting, yeah. I don't follow the players after they leave, really, to be honest. Like Pritchard and Miyoshi and Yokoyama and everyone. I just don't watch football as much anymore because it's like I don't find it very interesting. That's half the problem. Like nowadays, like because like, obviously when you're young and you fall in love with football, you just watch it like constantly. But nowadays, I don't watch football as much as I do. You know, it's just like it's like this. Honestly, I've spoken more to the chat than I have been watching the game. You know, that's just kind of how it is nowadays. So yeah, I mean like that sort of golden era with the Premier League from like about like early 2000s up until about 2012 sort of time. Like you could not stop me from watching the telly of football. It's just, every game was just fantastic. Championship, League One, anything like that. Real golden era of football. Nowadays, I can't be bothered to watch it. You know, I'd rather watch something else. I went through a proper phase of watching boxing, and I've gone really off that now as well. So I don't know. It's just sports, isn't it? As soon as you monetize something, it just becomes a bit crap, isn't it? Not like this channel though. Eh? Got sponsors and everything. It's just as good, if not better. I'm joking. It's just the same. Good game coverage off down the beaches for a beer. See you all on Sunday. Nice one, Wayne. Thank you very much for joining and everything. Yokoyama is in the Belgian second division, not the first 11. I see. That makes sense. Interesting. See, I really want a bit of my food here, but I can't be asked to chew down the microphone and put everybody off watching the game. So I'm going to hold off for the next 4 minutes because I doubt there's going to be much added time. And if there is, then I'm scrapping with that referee because I'm absolutely starving. Might need some nutrition before I start scrapping him, but still. Albion a 3-1 down. Things I like to hear. Yeah, they're fucked now. They are completely out of that race, I tell you. Are they 3-1 down or are they? No, it's still 2-1. Maybe the goal's just gone in. I don't know. This is not updated on mine yet. Just yet. Yeah, that's it. What, 60? 2 games to go. They've got. Yeah, I mean they can still because Coventry are losing today. It seems unlikely though. I mean, like Coventry, if they got next. I mean, that's the thing. Like, if Coventry fail, then I imagine other teams will sweep in for them as well. Yeah, they got Luton and Borough. I mean, like they'll win one of those when they'll put Albion out of the race. Yeah, I think that the real battle between that 6th spot is sort of like Bristol City. If they mess up and they don't finish 5th, like Bristol City, Coventry, Middlesbrough, Millwall. I can't see Blackburn making it, even though they're winning today. If they got in the last couple of games, they got Watford and Sheffield United. I mean, Sheffield United should be on the beach by then. They should be either in the playoffs. Yeah, because they'll be in the playoffs by then. So they're miles ahead of Sunderland, and Burnley are not. And they're not going to lose tonight. I'd be amazed if they lose tonight. They haven't lost since like I think it's game week 15 or something like that. That just shows how mad they've had the season. They've only lost twice this season, haven't they? Just expand this tab. Yeah, lost twice. I mean, they've had a lot of draws, but like that's what I mean. Like as soon as you get promoted, no one's going to give a shit about that. Eustace the new Houdini. Mukbang Watchalong Thursday. Yeah. Oh, am I going to Stevenage? I don't think I am actually. Yeah. I'll get Jack along for that. We can do that. Just do a Nick. Oh, God. For anybody who doesn't know Nick, shout out, by the way, Chatting Blues, proper legend and everything. But he done half like a bit of scran on this stream, didn't he? So he's just like this halfway through, just like. That's annoying me, that is actually. Fucking hell, that's right now. Oh god, that's proper chocolate me. That has Blue Shadow. Yeah, Blues minutes ago. It's been a washout. The best people ain't come. Eustace plus Nighthead money equals Blues in the Championship playoffs. Purely hypothetically speaking. Well, you could have also realistically, it was happening, wasn't it? Because we were in the playoffs at that point, but I think they got too carried away with thinking what could happen with Rooney. I think that was mostly Gary Cook as well from his links with everything. So yeah, silly decision really, but what can you do? It's in the past now. We're on the way back up, and we won't make those mistakes again. They're beyond making those type of mistakes. We're keeping Davis, even if things go wrong next season and we don't make the playoffs, or if we have a pretty poor season, we're definitely sticking with Davis. He's here for the long term and everything. 5 minutes, fuck off, honestly. 5 minutes of added time. DZ Tubbs, how we doing, people? Nice to have you in the chat, mate, for these last 5 minutes of this thrilling encounter at the Pirelli Stadium. Some massive results in League One today, I tell you, honestly. So, like, Northampton are 4-1 up, so that's massive for their season. Obviously, they are playing Shrewsbury, but still, that puts them a good distance away from the drop zone now. Crawley are winning, gives them massive hopes to stay up, that does. Lincoln are beating Bolton 4-2, so that's a massive dent for them to for their playoff positions, that is. Leyton Orients have turned it around. They are now winning. A couple of minutes to go in that game, puts them into the playoffs, even though that Reading are winning 4-1. And then obviously the massive talking point of today, Charlton are winning 4-0 at Wickham away. Honestly, Wrexham are now 2-0 up against Blackpool, so that's massive for them. That puts them back into the second place spot. And Wickham, genuinely, that might be it for them, because I don't fancy them in the playoffs. Whoever finishes in the playoffs between Wickham and Wrexham, I don't see them winning. I just don't. I could see one of the latecomers who are in better form, like Stockport. I could see them coming through the pack, or Charlton if they don't get automatics, because that's a massive game that is for them. I'll do the maths on it in a minute, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, bit of a challenge there. Is that a penalty? No, it's not. Bit of a late challenge there. Is that Mason Bennett? It is as well, isn't it? He's fallen from grace, isn't he? Yeah, player headed it down and then Hanley came across. Nah, it's not a foul. No way. Dive. But yeah, Charlton, if they lose at the weekend to Wrexham, have they got a game in between? I can't remember now. No, they play each other at the weekend, Saturday. So if Wrexham win that puts them up to 89. Providing that Wickham lose, that puts 2 points ahead, 5 points ahead. Last game. Yeah, that puts them up then, that does, yeah. So if Wickham lose and Wrexham win at the weekend, that's all done. They're playing Leyton Orients as well. That's a tough game for them, that is. So yeah, we could have a Wrexham. Oh, though saying that actually, Blackpool have just got a goal back. It doesn't look like they're gonna. Oh, excuse me. It doesn't look like they're gonna equalise or anything, but interesting nonetheless. Might not be behind on this or something. I don't know. It's like other games are starting to finish, and I'm still in the 93rd minute. Yeah, massive day of results for many teams in both divisions, actually. Has there been Premier League games on today? Oh, ball over the top, and it's a goal. Burton have scored. Is the offside flag going up? No, it's not. Burton have got a goal back. Interesting. Last couple of minutes. Oh, did not see that coming then. Fucking hell. Bit of a lapse of concentration there. Ball right over the top. Goes straight over Clara's head. Even there, it's not following the runner. And then number 23 just steams in behind him and smashes it into the back of the net. Ryan Allsop is absolutely helpless there. 2-1. Oh dear. Quickly update the score. That caught me off guard. Thank God I was still watching. I was even debating whether I should still be tuning in or anything. Right, I'm going to go back then for Burton. It's kept the game alive for the last minute or so. We'll see how it goes on now then. Actually, I think I'm a bit further ahead, actually. I think I'm a bit further ahead than anybody. I can never understand how all this sort of lag and delay works, actually. It's a bit silly, really. But yeah, we'll find out. Last minute of the game. This should be the last kick, really. Ball into the box, far deep. Player holds it up as the offside flag goes up. That should be it, really. Cheers for watching, Blue Shadow. Thank you for tuning in. Lovely to have you on. It's Fabio Tavares. Is that the guy who scored? Yeah, I think it is. How am I this far ahead? I fucking... Yeah, Fabio Tavares scores for Burton Albion. Gives them a little bit of hope, but it's only going to be the last couple of minutes now, isn't it? Yeah, Blue Shadow was about to clock off and everything. She was like, yep, ready to go and chill now for a bit. Watch the other games coming on. And Burton Albion score. Ball launch forward. Still we play on here. Headed towards goal. Referee's put his whistle to his mouth. And that is it. Full time at the Pirelli Stadium. It is Burton Albion 1, Blues 2. Late goal for Burton Albion gave him a glimpse of hope, but just not quite enough in the end. Jay Stansfield's first half goal is enough to put Blues 3 points ahead. An extra 3 points onto 99 points. A little bit of a word there from Samstead with, I believe, an Icelandic player for Burton Albion there. But yeah, another win for Blues. Massive for the points record and everything. Noel BCFC, good result. Same again on Thursday, please. League 1 points record on Sunday. EFL points record at Blackpool. Up the Blues. Up the Blues, Noel. Everybody that's watching, be sure to go and drop a Noel BCFC TV a subscribe, as well as Noah Keep Ryan _vlogs as well. I haven't met Noel before, but I've met Noah. Lovely lad and everything. And it's great to see everybody making content and being happy about the Blues and everything. But everybody in the chat, thank you very much for joining. If you've got like a last couple of words that you want to say and everything, I'll be reading them out and everything. Last couple of things on like the league and everything, which I think I should probably give a little bit about. So Blues are top with 99 points. We can get 102 points next week. On Thursday night against Stevenage, and then against. Why not just get up the table and find out who we're playing next? So we're playing Stevenage next on Thursday night, Mansfield on Sunday. With the table, we could get the points record against Mansfield. Wrexham won, so that puts them on 86. So in second place, Wickham lost 4-0 to Charlton, puts them on 84. Charlton won, obviously, that's 82 in fourth. And then towards the bottom of the table, obviously, Burton are still technically out of the relegation zone on goal difference, with Bristol Rovers losing today. Crawley won, though, so that's a little bit of a worry, that is. But yeah, big results all around. And then obviously in the Championship today, Leeds have gotten promoted by winning 6-0 against Stoke. Burnley can get promoted tonight if they beat Sheffield United. And then down the bottom of the table, honestly, that relegation battle is as close as I've ever seen it before. Honestly, they've never mental, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much all we've got on, really. Let's have a quick look at some comments. Iceland running League One, yeah, of course. Hello from Fraser Batch. Blue Shadow, we always take our eye off the ball that needs to be looked at. We don't want that in the Championship. Completely agree. Nick's on in 30 minutes. I will tune into that, actually, just go and say hello and everything. OJJ, didn't you say that you would want to win 2-1? Yeah, I did actually, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I said that at the start of the stream. It felt like that type of game, you know what I mean? I feel like we could pinch a couple of goals, but yeah, I don't know. We're a little bit sloppy at the back at recent times, but yeah, weird one. It's just, sometimes it could be like completely solid and then just like one moment. So it's a bit of a weird one. But commiserations to Burton, even though you kept on beating us in the Championship a couple of years ago. But nonetheless, yeah, commiserations and everything. Hopefully they will stay up. Bristol Rovers looking in a bit of trouble. Crawley could be catching up as well, depending on how that goes for them in the next couple of games. But still, I'm pretty sure that will be all for today. Hopefully, I don't know if the tickets are on sale for Stevenage. I think they go on sale tomorrow, I think, actually, because we're gold. Hopefully, we'll be gold for next season. I'm pretty sure we will be, unless they decide to move the categories again. Fingers crossed, because I would like to go to that Stevenage game to get finish above 100 points and everything. But of course, we are going to Mansfield, so we'll be bringing the vlog for that. Who else have we got towards the end of the season? So we've got Stevenage next on Thursday night, Mansfield on Sunday, Blackpool. We'll probably get tickets for that. That'll be good fun. On Wednesday, and then Saturday, Cambridge. Probably won't get tickets for that, but we've got something planned for that. So we'll probably do like a live watch along if we can't get tickets to do a vlog. And we'll probably just do it in a pub somewhere, just go and watch it there. So let us know if you want to watch that, because we've got ideas for that. We're probably just going to sit in a pub and watch the game from there and just sort of live stream it and have everybody. So yeah, if you're interested in doing that, then we'll try and find a pub. And if you guys want to come to that pub, you can actually be on the live stream yourselves and everything. So yeah, well, it's in the motions at the moment. We've got loads of stuff planned over the next couple of months and everything for pre-season, and got different videos coming, not just like the usual previews and live watch alongs and vlogs. We just got different types of, we're doing like challenge videos over the next couple of months and everything. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. We're going to be collabing with a few other YouTubers as well. So if you guys are doing a channel and everything, you want to get involved, then hit us up. We're absolutely down for that. We're getting Jay, the boy in blue, and everybody, maybe Nick as well from Chatting Blues and that. But yeah, that's pretty much how it all. That's all she wrote, I suppose. David Richards, last comments, I think. Normally have a lot of time for baggies, but saw them lot closing ranks with Val and laughing because we lost at Wembley. So fuck them. Yeah, I've never been a fan of the baggies, really. Out of the two, between like Wolves and West Brom, I've probably got a little bit more time for Wolves because I've got a few mates who support the Wolves and everything. They're all right, to be fair. They're dingles and everything, but fuck them. They're a harmless bunch, really. The baggies are just boring, aren't they? And the Villa are just, well, the Villa. So fuck them. Had a 5 on 2-0. Legitimately annoyed. Oh, mate, honestly, that's devastating. That is. How much would you have won if you'd have kept that on there? Because I imagine that would have been pretty decent earnings back off of that. I did that a couple of weeks ago, actually. I did what was it? I think it was the Shrewsbury game, actually. I just stuck a tenner on it and thought 40 quid, yeah. I do those things where I put like 20 quid on like a massive Champions League one, and it's like you get like 20 grand back from it. And I was just checking through like some of the scores at one point. I had like 2 that didn't come through to me. I could have literally won like £20,000. I was like, you fucking little. I was so annoyed, honestly. But yeah, I think we'll round it off by saying thank you for tuning in. It's been a great time supporting the Blues this season. It really has. Winning another win. Yeah, we got loads of stuff coming up over the next couple of months and everything. So be sure to subscribe. Any video ideas that you've got, and as well, if you want a direct message, drop it us in the DMs and everything. Let us know if you're interested in helping us out and getting on the channel. We're more than welcome to. We'll be more than happy to give you guys a shout out and everything. This is what we've been wanting to do for ages. So we're finally getting the backing and everything. So yeah, it's going to be a couple of exciting months, I tell you. It really is, of building up to the Championship and everything. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Also tell a friend to subscribe and everything. We've got loads of stuff coming up over the summer. We've got a couple of things that you guys, even if you want to work behind the scenes with us, you've got a couple of editing roles and everything. So if you want to get involved and start your career here, then let us know and everything. Loads of stuff coming up. I'm really excited about. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. This episode of the Blues Focus Live Watch Along has been brought to you by RM Risk Management. Be sure to go and give them a check out and everything. Massive thank you to Tony, who gave us that opportunity to have that box the other day. Fantastic, perfect birthday present for Jack and everything as well. And the red wine went down like an absolute treat. I did sleep like a baby afterwards as well because I was sitting in the sun as well, so I was very tired afterwards. But yeah, this podcast, our Blues Focus podcast, is also brought to you by the TalkSport Fan Network, which we're also going to be doing lots more stuff on that lately. Loads of really interesting, fascinating, exciting stuff coming up over the next couple of months. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. Tell a friend if they haven't already about the streams and everything that we're doing on the channel. If you want to get involved, let us know. Get down in the direct messages and everything. Let us know what you want to get involved in. We're open to it. We're really excited about where we're going in the next couple of weeks. Thank you for tuning in and keep right on.